Hi, I'm Cory Briggs, and I'm running for San Diego City Attorney in 2020. For more than 15 years, I've been representing taxpayers, community advocates, and other San Diegans in lawsuits against the city for one simple reason. Too many politicians don't like to follow the rules. And for too long, city attorneys with their own political agendas have been willing to violate the public's right to things like voting on new taxes, transparency in government, and protection of our quality of life. As a result, the public has lost confidence in city government. I want to change that. In San Diego, the city attorney is supposed to wear 3 hats: legal advisor on policy matters, litigator when the city ends up in court, and prosecutor for misdemeanors and infractions. The skills and experience necessary for the job require the city attorney to act like a lawyer, not like a politician. Our city government works best when the mayor and city council set policy and enact legislation. They need to be aided by a trusted legal advisor who implements their vision in the public's best interests consistent with the law. The city attorney's job is to help those decision makers move the ball down the field without drawing a penalty flag. Unfortunately, the city attorney's office has lost sight of its proper role in local government. There are many good lawyers in the office, but they can't do their best work for the public because of the political culture infecting the office. I want to fix that. I will move the city attorney's office from a culture of secrecy to a culture of transparency. I will change it from viewing the bureaucracy as the client to viewing the people speaking through their mayor and city council as the client. I will change the office from one that blocks the mayor and city council from doing what they were elected to do to one that actively and thoughtfully helps them accomplish what the public expects. And most importantly, I will move the office away from a culture of indifference toward litigation risk to one that helps the mayor and city council avoid getting the city sued in the first place. In court, the city attorney should be defending the public's interest. But the current city attorney's office filed lawsuits to block voters from having a say on the future of the Qualcomm Stadium site. Frivolous lawsuits that cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even now, 8 months after voters approved the site's sale to SDSU, a simple transaction that should have taken 30 days to finish still drags on. And according to people close to the negotiations, they're being actively sabotaged by the city attorney's office. With that office having been against SDSU West from the beginning and having failed to keep voters from approving it, the city attorney's office cannot continue to pursue an agenda contrary to the will of the voters. I would never do that. Also, unlike the current city attorney, I would not be seeking endorsements from the very people suing the city to overturn voter-approved pension reforms. If nothing else, it looks terrible and shows a profound lack of professional judgment. Because democracy breaks down in the dark, the city attorney's office must make sure that members of the public have as much information as possible so they can monitor what politicians are doing when making policy and spending your money. Yet the current city attorney's office proposed a new state law that would have gutted the Public Records Act. That's the law that guarantees your right to get information when officials are stonewalling. It's bad enough that the office did so in secret, without bothering to tell the mayor and city council. What's worse is that the office did it even though more than 82% of San Diego voters amended our city charter, quote, to provide that the people have the right of access to information concerning the conduct of the people's business. As someone who has sued the city many times to force officials to turn over records, I would never do anything to undermine public access to information. When prosecuting crime, the city attorney's job is to enforce every law and ensure that justice is served. The current city attorney's office doesn't do that. For example, despite concluding that short-term vacation rentals are illegal in San Diego, the office has not enforced the law and vacation rentals have run amok. Meanwhile, the office spends considerable resources going after people who are in essence guilty of nothing more than being poor. Neither of those is right. All members of the public deserve equal justice before the law and equal protection against lawbreakers. In this election, I want to give voters the chance to elect a city attorney who understands the proper role for the office, is helping the mayor and city council follow the law in their efforts to improve the lives of San Diegans. We can save millions of dollars simply by following the law and the will of the voters. I'm the only candidate ready, willing, and able to do that. Now, this campaign won't be easy. There are wealthy special interests lined up to get me back for years of successfully standing up for residents against illegal taxes, illegal spending, and illegal development. There are just as many special interests who have no desire to see the mayor and city council advised on how to implement new policies lawfully, but because those special interests get rich off the lawbreaking. But no one dreads this campaign more than the city attorney's office does, because the last thing the current city attorney wants is to have to defend the office's dismal track record. That's why I say, bring it on. When neighbors start talking to neighbors, they'll come to understand that the lawsuits I've had against the city were always for the benefit of taxpayers and voters. They will soon realize that when the city attorney was in court throwing the public under the bus, I was there fighting to keep the public from getting run over. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I'm a much better lawyer than politician, and that's never gonna change. Still, I'm looking forward to the race, and I'm looking forward to serving as your next city attorney. Thank you.
Ad paid for by Cory Briggs for City Attorney 2020.